Hello everyone. Alright, so I know I said I would be talking about the severe weather side of this storm in the next video. To be perfectly honest, it's going to be coming to an end as the daytime heating ends, so I'm not going to actually talk about the severe weather side. Instead, since I love forecasting snowstorms, I thought that I would look into the models and look ahead to see when the next threat for a type of winter storm or snowstorm would be. For the next week, there really isn't much. There's a system coming through in midweek for the East Coast and for the first half of the weekend, and it looks to be mainly rain, maybe a bit of snow to the north, but really not too big of a deal. However, I did find something. Alright, so I'm not giving up with winter until mid-April, because I want a big snowstorm here on Long Island in New York City, because ever since I started doing these videos, we haven't had one, which is quite annoying. Everything has been a miss. And I'm not giving up till mid-April. I did find something. Alright, so this is the American, this is the GFS. The GFS, I'm going to warn you right now, is not going to show you anything. Its solution is a lot different than the Europeans for this, but the European solution is the one that I'm focusing on, because we always know that the European is more accurate when it comes to the long term. So we're going to skip ahead. Let's see. This is Friday. Okay, I need to show you this for a reason, though. Alright, number one, this track is actually a bit further south than this is the weekend storm. So this piece of energy here that's coming in from the west, so let's go back. This is going to be coming into the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to move east. You're going to get a storm to form along the boundary between cold and warm air. It won't be too bad. Looks like you'll get some rain in this area, maybe a bit of a wintry mix to start, but up to the north you might get a bit more snow, but it'll probably be more of a rain event for most of the region. So that's this storm here. That's going to move out, and that's going to move into Canada, and it's going to strengthen as it does so. Okay? Now, the reason I showed you that was because now we're going to go to the longer range here. So here it is. Okay, and that's going to move north into Canada. Okay, hold on. See that? Alright, so that moves up. Then you have another storm from earlier this week that moves back west into Canada. This is the midweek storm here. Now, this is going to be instrumental because now we are at Tuesday. We're going to go back just a little bit. We're on Monday now. This is placed up here, and you know, every time you have a area of low pressure in northern Canada, what does that do? It funnels Arctic air down into here, and then if you have high pressure developing over here, you have an Arctic air mass coming in over here. So, your next injection of Arctic air after the beginning of this week is going to be, again, the same time period, late next weekend into early next week. Possibly lasting through the midweek. And it's not going to be, you know, frigidly cold as of now. That's not what it looks like. It looks like we will be cold enough, at least at night, and maybe for the first half of the daytime, for some sort of a snow or winter storm event. Alright. Now, I don't know if I'm interpreting this correct. You know, I'm new at this, so I'm trying my best, but look at your energy map. You have high pressure that's developing over here, so you can see all that. This is going to be bringing in some colder air. Colder. I'm not saying 20 degrees, but it'll be colder than what we're going to be experiencing later this week. I think the piece of energy to watch is this here. Okay? This piece of energy here. And this is going to move south, so I believe we were back here. Okay, so let's see what happens there. See? This is going to come south now. And then it moves a bit to the north now. So what happens here, this piece of energy is going to form an area of low pressure off the coast here. And then that's going to move out to sea, according to the American model. Because the American model has high pressure keeping this entire area dry and forcing that out to sea. See how much that intensifies there? So That's the piece of energy I think you need to watch, and that's the American model. The American model brings it out to sea. Now, European model says no. You're very wrong, American model. You don't know how to forecast, and I typically agree with the European model is better. Now, the thing I don't like about the European is you see this wind map here? This is what I use to look at pieces of energy that are going to be coming in and forming storms. When you go into the longer range, you don't have that anymore. They don't show it. So I really can't point out the piece of energy. That's why I had to do it on the American model. The European model probably has it different than it does on the American model. So, alright, here we go. We're going to have to watch our low pressure map instead. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go to Monday. See high pressure building in. Okay. Again, you have your weekend storm that is now up here, or I think this is actually the storm that's going to be affecting us in the middle of the week, this week. It takes a while to get up here. This is going to be funneling Arctic air down. This is going to aid in bringing some of that colder air down as well for early next week. Now, you always look on the edge or the periphery of an Arctic air mass for a winter storm. Okay? And keep in mind, this is 8 days from now. This is the only threat that I see. I do not see any other threats as of now. Unless something happens and this weekend storm gets shifted further south, which I highly doubt. I think it's going to be more of a rain event. But this is the next threat I see. So, this is Monday. High pressure in. Tuesday, your high pressure is moving off. That means your Arctic air mass is leaving. However, it's still going to be cold through most of Tuesday and into the first part of Wednesday. So your Arctic air mass again is going to be Sunday into Wednesday morning, I would think. And then look at this next model run. So this is the piece of energy here. I believe, yeah. This is your piece of energy, and that's going to be shifting east-northeast. Okay, so watch what happens here. So you have high pressure there, and then bam! Look at this. You have low pressure over here, right over Long Island, basically, and low pressure back there. You have two different storms here. Now, here's your piece of energy that's doing it. You see that? So your high pressure moved off, so your Arctic air is leaving. However, the first half, if this comes Monday night or Tuesday night, you will be getting wintry precipitation. So look at this. This is a really strong system here, a really strong trough. Taking in moisture from... This will probably be taking in moisture from both bodies of water here. And since there's two areas of low pressure, you're going to get some sort of a coastal storm here, and then some sort of another storm back here. 992. It's pretty strong. So, what do I think could happen? This would be, I'd say Monday. The threat for this would be Monday night into Wednesday for this. I'm not, you know, the time frame is always weird because it's so far out. But Monday night into Wednesday, you need to watch in the north here. If this was to move further east, which of course I think is possible, then you would get more snow in this area. However, I'm a little skeptical if that moves further east and the high pressure moves off quicker. Where's our Arctic air going to be coming from? That's the other thing. Perhaps it could be coming from this up here. That could be funneling Arctic air. Maybe you get high pressure building down here. Again, I need to wait for the next run of the European to see if that is going to happen. But I would feel better if, as this comes up, there was high pressure here rather than here. I like it when the storm is on the edge of Arctic air rather than the periphery. But again, we'll have to see what happens, because if this comes through, there could be... This is my next threat, okay? This will be Monday night to Wednesday next week. I think is the next threat for a snowstorm or some sort of a winter storm along the East Coast here, all of New England, heading back into the northern portions of the Midwest. I think next week you're going to have to watch for some sort of a storm, whether it be wintry precipitation, whether it be a snowstorm, whether it be rain. We'll have to watch and see, but that's your next threat for like a major storm. Alright, the systems this week I think are mainly going to be rain, so we're not going to worry about them for now. If anything changes, I will update that, but watch this for next week, okay? Winter's coming to an end, so, you know, stuff has got to start to come through if we're going to get a major snowstorm. Alright? Thank you for watching.